Now this one I love. This is in Cuba, in Matanzas province. And this is a statue of the sister Carlota Lucumí, a full-figured sister with a machete in her hand and a nice afro. I took 3 groups to Cuba, and I had mixed feelings about the racial experience there. But 2 things I give Cuba credit for more than anything else. This I like, and as long as they do this, I ain't gonna say nothing real bad. One is they have sheltered Assata Shakur. Now that's big to me.
Yes.
Then another thing I found out about them, that there was a lot of resistance naturally in Cuba, and Matanzas province was the most rebellious province. And in 1843, a plot was made to have hey, we're gonna break out, we're gonna end slavery. And the central figure is known historically as Carlota Lucumí. Unfortunately, the plot failed and she was executed. Story I got was she was drawn and quartered. Do you know what that means? That means a rope was tied to her feet and her hands, and horses were tied to the other end of the rope, and they literally pulled her apart. That's the story that I got. In the middle 1970s, Cuba was active in Southern African liberation struggles. I believe they sent troops to Angola and also Namibia. And I found out on my last trip to Cuba that they named it Operation Carlota. After this sister. Oh man, that really impressed me. There's a statue, a monument, and it has 3 Africans, 2 brothers on one side, and Carlota in the middle. But you could see she's a big deal to me, Carlota Lucumí. Who wants to talk about her?
Well, just that at that time in history, that early in this enslavement, she was one of the first female leaders that led that kind of extraordinary movement. And they were very afraid of her. And just to think of Fidel, who was an initiate, Lucumí, is what they call the indigenous African religious tradition in Cuba. And it really means you belong to me and I belong to you. But when they named the expeditionary force that went into Namibia and Angola, that was so appropriate because that's what broke the back of South Africa. You see?
Absolutely.
And so even though they murdered her, her spirit went back to helping free Africa.
Yeah.
Very important to understand.
I love this sister.
Absolutely.
Right.
Sorry. Has the other thing is about her dressing. It's not for nothing that the statue is made this way. Because the Dahomey women would never wear long dress or pants. They would never cover their legs because it was vital for them to be free because the power of their training is in the lower part of the body so that they could kick properly. Or even in some cases, they tell you women could decapitate with a kick. So the short dress, the short skirt was vital. Now, as far as I know, Carlota would have the right breast covered and the left breast out. Because the left breast is what you send the negative forces out of.
But she was Yoruba. And what most people don't understand, the kingdom of Dahomey was a Yoruba kingdom as well. We think of just Nigeria today, but the expanse of the Yoruba kingdom of that day was the largest kingdom in West Africa.
Right.